We're doing a video call today.
Yeah,
Aaron is from Fagan Associates. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am very good. We're trying
Yeah,
something new today.
yeah. First time with the Zoom.
So we get to see each other face to face, which is kind of cool. There's been a lot going on with financial stuff, and I know you had mentioned something about the Georgia elections that happened recently. And, there's a lot of focus on Georgia. And it's like, well, why is everybody all worried about Georgia? And what does that mean, for the rest of the country? Can you fill us in on some of that, kind of in layman's terms?
Yeah, I think people get so nervous with whatever news channel they're listening to now because they're so totally biased that we try and give people a perspective within the market that we kind of take politics or all our political beliefs out of it. So we kind of try and give people what we think can happen to the market. And as we saw in the Georgia runoff, now that Georgia won both seats in the Senate on Tuesday, it's what's considered a blue sweep. So the Democrats have all the presidency, the House, and the Senate. So there's people on the Republican side that are nervous about that, and what can happen with the stock markets as the Democrats usually raise taxes and the like.
So, do you think? What is your predictions on what's going to go on? This is a pretty volatile time, as we've learned in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I think one of the main things that we're going to come out of this is we're going to see Democrats and I think Joe Biden's the biggest thing he can do is kind of bring the parties together and have a more bipartisan deals. I mean, the Democrats only have 5 more seats in the House, and they barely have any more seats in the Senate. So I think Joe Biden and the administration is going to have to appeal to the people in the center, because if they lean too far to the left, then there's a lot of Democrats in southern states and Republican controlled territories that they could lose their seat in 2 years. So I think this next 2 years is going to be I think Biden's going to try and bring both parties together because as we've seen with the last administration, that's kind of the opposite of what they did.
So do you think overall that this could be a good thing for the country and people's investments?
Absolutely. I think it could be a great thing for the country. People tend to forget that since the 50s, the S&P has returned roughly 9% when there has been a blue sweep. But I think there's a lot of other good things that can happen that both parties can agree on, like infrastructure spending. Coming out of COVID, I think roads, bridges need to be repaired, and they're all outside, so you can get some infrastructure spending, get people back to work, and it's safer than getting people back to work indoors. You could see larger stimulus packages with a blue sweep. Some people are forecasting another $1 trillion into the economy, into people's pockets actually. Because of a blue sweep too. So, we try and look at both the positives and negatives. Everyone just likes to think the Democrats, they're going to raise taxes. But, I think getting along is going to be much more beneficial for our economy, than the negatives of, the scary raising of the taxes. And, as you hear everyone kind of say now.
Well, if we could get along a little bit better, that would be good, no matter what.
If people want our country to be run like a business, as what they voted for Trump, I'd much rather have my boss get along with other people than be fighting, the suppliers and, distributors that we have to work with. So, I think we could see us get along with, a lot more countries, like, build relationships with the EU, with Canada and Mexico, and, hopefully work together more.
All right, we've been talking to Aaron at Fagan Associates. If anybody has questions on any of this stuff and what they can do moving forward personally, how do they contact you guys?
You can call us at 518-279-1044. You can email us at investment@faganassociates.com. And those are the 2 best ways to get a hold of us, by phone or email.
Excellent. Aaron, it's good talking to you. Good to see you.
You too, Randy. Nice to see you.
All right, we'll talk to you next week.
Talk to you next week.
All right.